You guys are definitely going to want to turn up the volume for this episode because I have a extremely dynamic, intelligent, hardworking boss babe here who is going to be spilling the tea on how she made $500,000 in 1 month. 1 month, she made $500,000 in sales, and she's going to be telling us how she did it, breaking it down, and helping you guys create more success in your life and business as well. Naz, how are you doing, my friend? What is going on?
I'm doing great. Now it's better than you're here.
You're so sweet. I'm so excited to see you this month.
I'm so excited too.
It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to see you in LA.
I know, it's going to be a fabulous time. So let's get to business now. Yeah. So tell me, what exactly do you do? Who are you? And what are you doing in the world?
My name is Naz, and I'm a dropshipper. I've been dropshipping for a couple of years now. And clearly, like any other businesses, the first couple months, I was failing consistently. And there was this one product that always people talk about that changes your life. I found that one product, and then I started scaling it. And after that, it was just getting easier and easier. So, and then, a couple months ago, I hit my $500,000 a month. And then I think it was last year that I hit 100,000 a month. And then the next step was for me $500,000. Now the next step is 1 million in a month.
Yes, girl, I am your biggest cheerleader. We are going to get you to $1 million a month because that is so cool. One of the reasons why I was so excited to have you on this podcast, and thank you for your time. I know your time is very valuable and you're very busy. It's because you hear a lot of men doing that.
Yes.
But what about the women in this space, specifically in drop shipping? A lot of my friends are in drop shipping. And so I don't see a lot of women in this space. So I'm so excited to have you here because it just goes to show that there's no glass ceiling. There's no limitations on what you can do when you work hard, adopt the right mindset, and work extremely smart. So how did you do it? Can you tell us a little bit about your story of kind of where you came from and where you started from?
Yeah. Honestly, that was one of my goals too. When I got into dropshipping, I wanted more girls and women to get into it. That's why I started making videos and stuff. But when I was working at a gym. I was actually a personal training manager, AKA sales manager. And then I was actually making good money at the time, but I was in my early 20s, and I was working literally 6 days a week and from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. because I was doing sales. So like you have to be there all the time. The only day that I had off was Sunday. And then I was doing nothing for a couple of years. Literally, I'm going to work, going home, going to work, going home. So at that point I was like, I need more freedom. I'm making okay money for being in my early 20s, but I need more freedom. I need more time to do the things. All my friends are doing things, traveling. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. So I started looking it up online. I'm like, what can I do online that I can make money from the comfort of my laptop, right? And then first thing I found was, I was first planning to start a gym, but I was like, that's not going to give me the freedom that I want. So I found drop shipping stuff, and then I was like, let me just give it a try. And I remember I built like a store, like a very like generic store, and then clearly didn't work out. Then I made another one, and then eventually I made it work. And when I started making money from the first product that I have, we call them winning products when we have a product that is selling. And then I was like, this is it. So I saved a lot of, like, I basically saved up and started like investing that money back into more, for more products and making more money.
I love that. That's awesome. So what was your winning product? You said that in dropshipping, and can you describe for people that don't know what dropshipping is? What is dropshipping?
Basically you sell products you never touch, you never see. You don't have to ship it yourself. You have a supplier. So for example, I have a supplier. You could either do it from China, or you could even actually drop them from United States. So wherever you are, however you want to do it, but you're not the person shipping that product. There's someone else shipping that product. You just do the advertising yourself, and you build a store. So in my case, a lot of people drop ship in Amazon or eBay or different places. I use Shopify. So I built an actual brand, and then I sell products.
That's so cool. Did you know I used to have a Shopify store too? I had a jewelry business before I started coaching. And so, yeah, so I didn't do drop shipping because I would actually make some of it as
Like
well.
you're keeping inventory.
Yeah, but I had that online
That's
business. So,
awesome. How many years
yeah.
ago was that?
Oh, years ago, I at least a
Girl, that
couple.
hustler
Because
girl.
I still did it. I still even like to make jewelry just for
Yeah.
fun in my spare time. Like maybe like one or two necklaces every like 4 months. Like it's nothing
Oh, that's
crazy.
so cute.
But I love it. I was just super passionate about it. I loved making it. It was just it totally is just very calming. I love listening to audibles while I did it, and it was
That is
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, but it was fun. So how do you create success in drop shipping? Like I've always been curious in it because I have a lot of my friends that are like, "Oh, I made $1 million this month." I was like, what did you do? Like, and they're like drop shipping, and I'm like, that is so cool. Like I feel like everybody is getting into drop shipping right now, and it's so profitable, and it's hard, but I feel like most people can do it as long as they're willing to put in the time and effort, learn and pay their dues.
Oh, 100%. I totally agree. I was one of those people that I could not even turn on the computer and work it properly. Like I was one of those
Wow.
people. So imagine having to learn how to build a store. In the beginning, you don't have any money to pay someone to actually do it, right? So you
Yeah.
have to learn how to build a store. You have to run ads. You have to learn those. So like it's a process. That's why I say anybody can do it. Like literally anybody, if you put effort into this, you can actually make it work.
How do you make it work?
It's a lot of testing. So at one, like a lot of people get into it just because it is advertised as being so easy, right? Or like it's you don't really need that much like money to get started, which I agree. You don't really need that much money to get started with dropshipping, but it's a lot of testing, and then you have to test actually a lot of products, and then like you have to make a video for that product. You have to test different videos for that product. Now you got to learn how to actually advertise it, which I specifically just do Facebook ads. So like I mastered Facebook ads. I can run ads for anything, anyone, and I think it's a skill. Like honestly, I think first thing
Yeah.
anybody can learn is like the running Facebook ads because it's very profitable. You can go literally from selling like $500 a day to like 5,000 a day to 10,000
Wow.
a day. So you literally just, if you have a product that is selling, you up the budget. So that's how people get into like, let's say 500,000 or, 1 million a month and goes on.
I love that. So the secret sauce is in the ads, mastering the ads, the video, the copy, the target demographic, and that's a secret.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like a lot of people use Instagram, like Instagram influencers and stuff, but like you can make some money, but if you want to make a real business that's scalable, you would want to learn ads and you want to learn how to scale it. So like Facebook ads, like I even tell people, I'm like, learn it. If dropshipping doesn't work out for you, you could start running ads for other people, you
I love
know
that.
how to learn how to run Facebook ads eventually, even if this doesn't work out. You could go find other businesses and then run Facebook ads for them.
I love that. So how do you run successful ads? Like how do you test them and how do you create ads that are extremely profitable? Like what do you do to create successful ads in drop shipping to be able to create $500,000 a month?
So first thing is finding the right product. And most people struggle with finding the right product. They always try to sell that's something that someone else is selling. But the thing is, if someone else is selling and scaling a product, they have a really, really high budget on Facebook that Facebook prioritizes them over people with smaller budget. So a lot of people don't know this, and they always like, I get a lot of question on my DMs. They're like, but why is this store scaling and why doesn't it work in my pixel? This is why, because Facebook, actually the algorithm works that if you have higher budget, you get better traffic. So they give the people with bigger budget the better traffic because they want them to spend more money. Does that make sense?
Oh, interesting.
Crazy world in Facebook. Like it's such a crazy world. And if you're starting with like, let's say $10, $20 in ads, like Facebook is like, I don't really care about $10, $20. Here, like bad traffic for you,
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the goal is to find something that nobody's scaling or not that many people are selling, and then make a really, really good video or like a couple of good videos. Like in my case, I have a video editor. I have video editors. I send him like 10, 20 products. I'm like, hey, can you make videos, like a couple of videos for each product? Then I send it to I have someone also that I train that run my ads. So I sent it to her and I'm like, hey, can you just like test these products? So she tests the products, but I manage my ads myself.
Wait, so somebody else does your ads and then you manage them?
Yeah, so I've been running my own Facebook ads for years, but now at this point, I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I don't want to do it myself. So I hired someone.
Interesting.
I trained her like the way I test, and I literally taught her everything that she needs to know. So
Wow.
like right now, like running out all my ads and stuff, but I manage them myself.
Wow. So what's the difference between running ads and then managing it?
So running is like setting them up. So like, for example, writing, so you have to write ad copy, right? So like I already explained how to write ad copy. Like she knows how to like basically import products, right? The product page does everything, basically setting it up, because we usually start testing at midnight. So like she sets everything up for midnight, and then the next day I go and check them to see if they're selling, if they're getting good clicks. So you got to check for like, for example, CPM, which is cost per thousands. And then the higher that is, that means like it might not be a good product. There's no interest in it. So I kill those. And then the ones that are getting good clicks, like I let them run, see if they're selling. And then I kind of find out if that's a good product, if that's a good video or not to sell.
This is so cool. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I am really enjoying this because I've been so curious about dropshipping, and to be able to talk to somebody who has made so much revenue in this and profit, which I also want to talk to you about, is absolutely amazing, because this is exactly what you need to learn. And this is for the viewers, you guys. If you guys want to make more money, or if you guys are just curious about different avenues, make sure you listen and you rewind this episode, because this episode can change your life. Like, this could spark something in you to try doing drop shipping, and you could end up making $500,000 a month like Naz. So make sure you guys listen to this entire episode. Also, go hit her up on IG and tag us. If you guys enjoy this episode, make sure you guys tag us on Instagram. I always share everything, and I'm sure that Naz, as long as she sees it, she'll show a little bit of love too. But add me on social media at Brittany Michalchuk, BrittanyMichalchuk, and Naz, NAZERATI.K. Show her some love, go like her photos, and just open your mind to these possibilities. And also, when you're listening to this episode, I want you guys to think of, even if you're not in drop shipping, how you can apply these to your own life. Because I want to deep dive into ads. I want to deep dive into how to scale your business, how to hire a team. There's so many cool things that we're going to cover, but I really want to get into the technical right now, because I find this stuff so interesting. So can you tell us a little bit about ad copy and CPM, and how, like, if I was literally to go start a drop shipping company tomorrow, or a drop shipping site tomorrow, what would I need to know and what would I need to do?
So I always tell people when they're just getting started with drop shipping, don't go find a product that you can easily find on Amazon or Walgreens, or you want something really
interesting.
The reason is, like, imagine, because these people that are buying it's from their Facebook feed, right? What makes you stop if you're scrolling down on your Facebook feed?
Right.
What is it? What do you think it is? It should be really unique, right? Otherwise, if it was toilet paper, you would not stop on that ad, right? It should be it should be really unique. If it's something that you're like already buying, like you're gonna buy it like from Walgreens or Amazon, it should be something that is very unique. And then I tell the newbies to start with problem-solving products. People like they're solving a problem, right? So a lot of kitchen product, for example, kitchen products do a lot. I
love kitchen products. Girl, when we meet up, I'm gonna make you so much food. I hope you like to eat.
I love to eat. All right, we're gonna go to the Persian wedding, then we're gonna go eat. Yes.
I love this idea. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yes. So yeah, like a lot of problems, like especially like for parents or like housewives and stuff, they like to have something that is so they like to start with something that is solving a problem, right, in the kitchen. So those things always do really, really well. And then when on your ad copy, you always kind of want to like solve a problem, like, oh, are you struggling with this? So you want to ask that question that, like, hey, are you struggling with this? This is your answer. So this is the product, kind of the same thing when we do, like, for example, when you're doing offering a service, it's the same thing. You're trying to solve a problem. So like usually in general, problem solving stuff do pretty well. And then the CPM, like the cost per thousands is how much it costs you to show that ad to 1,000 people. So the higher it is, clearly the more expensive your ad's going to be, the higher your cost per click it would be, which we don't want really too high cost per click, because like, I mean, dropshipping stuff are not really expensive. So if it's getting like, let's say $2 cost per click, that means like you're not getting as much traffic into your store. And usually that's the CPM goes up because Facebook thinks that your ad is not good enough, or your product is saturated, or there's just no demand for that product.
So how do you test products? Like, how many ads do you make? Like for me, I tell people, and what I've learned is you want to make at least 2 to 3, test them, and then sink the most money into the ad that's performing the best.
Yes, exactly. That's the same thing with dropshipping too. So with each product, we usually do 2, 3 videos, and then different thumbnails too at the same time, and different ad copies. And then when you do that, and then you'll see if the product is doing well, one could be doing dramatically better than the other one. So you kill the other ones, and then you let that run. If it's profitable, then after a while, you can duplicate it to different, higher budget. Like how I like to do it, I like to duplicate it. I don't really touch the original ad very often. I like to duplicate it to a higher budget. So like, for example, if we start at $20, we duplicate it to like, for example, $40, right? And then the reason I do that, I actually do the same for the same ad set. I dupe it multiple times, and people always like, but it's the same targeting, but it's not really, because it's like different pocket of people that is finding. One could perform, what could not. It's like a weird world. I know, it's like weird, because like people always really stress about overlapping and stuff. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. You have only $40 on this. People are spending like 10,000 on ad sets. Yeah, like there are a lot of people. It's not gonna overlap. Just chill.
How much is the most that you spend on ads?
I think like in one day it was like maybe 6,000-7,000 in one day.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That was like awesome. I was on peer pressure. Which was a good peer pressure. One of my friends that did dramatically better. He's like, just put it in there. Like, yeah, 7,000, 8,000. I'm like, whatever. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. So is your store pretty profitable? I feel like the numbers are kind of important in dropshipping.
Yes. So I used to bid before. So for example, for $500,000, it was probably 20 to 25% profit. But like the higher you make, also the profit kind of drops. But now I kind of tweaked it a little bit, that I know how to make it more profitable. The average dropshipping profit is usually 20 to 30%. That's like average.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
so how do you make it more profitable?
You could upsell bundles, different things. Yeah. So if you have a really, really good upsell, you could sell like 1 out of 10, which is like one free product that you sold, right? That you didn't have, not free product, that you didn't have to pay for ads for. Then,
wow, I love that concept.
I know. You know how Amazon does it too? Like, well, actually they do bundle. They're like, oh, people that bought this, they would also buy this.
Yeah, but they always get me.
I know, me too. I literally did it today, and I'm like, did I just got sold for the same thing? I do the same thing. I just got sold on this. I'm like, yeah, I want that hair product.
Yeah. I only online shop now. Like I don't even go into stores. Like department stores are closing. They are hurting. You look at the NASDAQ, you look at the stock exchange, big department stores are not, they're going out of business because everything is being replaced by drop shipping. So it is an industry to get into. 100%. So what is the biggest mistake that you see in drop shipping?
People testing the wrong products or saturated products, and also so not moving on from a product that is not working for them. So a lot of people say, like a lot of people get really into their head. They think one product would sell, but it doesn't. And then they keep spending money on it. And then they like, oh, I just wasted $2,000 on one product. I'm like, why would you do that? Like you should move on to the next product if this product is really not working for you, Yes. Like, number one reason, like I get a lot of DMs and like literally 90% of people are making this mistake.
Really? So the wrong product is the biggest mistake you see in dropshipping. Yes. So how do you find the right product? Like what is your secret formula to find these products that do so well?
So in the beginning, if you don't know what you're doing, you got to kind of copy the people that know what they're doing.
Okay.
You'll learn, you know? So I'm not saying go copy their winning products because that doesn't work, but you got to go see like bigger stores. So let's say they're getting like 500,000 traffic in a month, for example. And then you want to see what they're testing. Because the chances are they have a testing like people that are, you know, how I also do, they kind of know what's winning and what's not. So they know what they're doing. So you want to kind of go and get their products and then test those products.
So what products do you do well with?
Honestly, I've sold so many different things. I revealed a couple of, like my first winning product, I talked about this before, was a golf trainer, but that's like a while ago. Now products that cheap probably won't work. But I don't know if you've seen one of those golf trainers, yellow, people play golf. I didn't even know anything about it. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's like a little yellow trainer that it basically helps with your swings.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first winning product. And then, so it's solving a problem because a lot of people like struggle with their swings and stuff, right? So that was like one of my good product. Another product I probably talked about was a little camera. It was such a weird product, but you connect it to your phone. It's such a unique product. You might have seen it in my Instagram. I talked about it. You connect it to your phone, and then it's a little camera that goes into your ear, and you can clean your ear. So
I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah,
well, it was on your YouTube too, wasn't it?
It was on my YouTube, yeah.
What's your YouTube channel? I want all my listeners to go hit you up on YouTube
Nazeratie, the same as my Instagram, but there's no K at the end. So Nazeratie, because like kind of like Maserati, but Nazeratie.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then so it's always these weird products that sell so well with dropshipping. Like,
Really? How interesting. Yeah, I saw your YouTube video and I didn't even okay, it was kind of bad. Truth serum. Okay. I didn't really know like exactly what you did. Like I knew you did dropshipping. I knew everyone's like, oh my God, she's so amazing. Fangirl moment. And I was like, yeah, like total boss babe. But I didn't know the intricacies of how actually brilliantly intelligent you were until I started watching some of your YouTube videos. I'm like, oh my God, this girl is so cool. Like you got it on lockdown. Like, you know your stuff. And like, what has it taken from like a mindset perspective to be able to master your craft to the level that you have?
Well, I mean, you got to be like, with any business, you have to be really serious, and there's going to be a lot of obstacles, right? And then I think like this is just like any other business, like you got to accept that there's going to be failures, there's going to be things wrong, and like that's another thing. Like with mindset, you said is a lot of people get down on themselves. You know, like you probably know what I'm talking about. Any businesses that you have, that's going to happen. Like for example, like obstacles that happen, like ad accounts getting shut down, or like things going wrong, and then these things. You gotta like kind of train your brain to get used to it. Like now I'm used to it. Like my ad account gets shut down. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna make another one. You know, there's always a solution. So like I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, like having the right mindset. That this is just part of the business. Any business that you have, this is gonna happen. No matter what you do, this is gonna happen. So yeah.
How do you get your ad account shut down? I feel like a lot of people talk about that, and like how does that happen exactly?
I don't know, but like in 2019, Facebook they're very strict. Like it never actually happened to me till like beginning of this year, and they're very strict. I don't know, like they even now no weight loss products can be added.
I know.
Yeah, it's insane. If you put the word "you" on your ad copy, they're like annoyed. They're like, oh, why are you pointing at people? Like they don't even like that. Like I'm not even, it's so like strict right now. I literally review their policy like 3 times a day, just because so many things into their policies. Yeah, like cameras, they don't like you like doing any kind of like you know, any kind of cameras for some reason. Like they don't like any kind of those things. Like there's so many restrictions, and then so many times they shut you down for no reason, and then you request a review, and then you get it back, but the problem is they're not optimized anymore. So like their ads that are running, they all flop. So like you have like 5,000 in ads and start running at 7 p.m. It just wastes all your money, you know, and then you don't even so that's what we face. But it's part of the business. This is like it's gonna happen with any business that you do, you know.
So what do you do when your ads get shut down, like how do you deal with that?
Oh, I got the solution for you. Now I'm at that point that I have like 75 ad accounts. Probably the last time I talked about it, I had
No.
I'm not joking.
75 ad accounts?
Oh, probably, yeah. If I count them as like 75.
So do you use all of them?
No, they're just backups. I have probably like about 20 shut down.
Wow. And
I'll explain though.
that's so interesting to me because you've really, and the reason why I'm impressed with this is because this is so important in business. This is such a crucial lesson is you have to have backup plans.
Oh,
and you have to do the extreme. Like how many people are going to want to sit there and make 75 backup accounts versus give up and go get a job? You know what I mean? Or do something else. But you're like, no, excuse my French, like shit happens and I'm going to move through it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do protection. I'm going to like, you know, I'm gonna create a way where no matter what happens, I'm still going to
definitely 100%. Like there are so many times things went so wrong. Like
what? Tell me what's gone wrong.
One day it was just funny because my ad account got shut down. Then like and then it was the day that I was scaled. Like that was the day that I hit 25,000 the next day. So I was trying to go higher. And then the next day it gets shut down. So like it kind of mentally like kind of bothers you, right? You're like,
yeah,
I was gonna hit a bigger number, but I'm not gonna. So that got shut down. And then a couple of hours later, like Shopify got down for like, I don't know, a couple of hours. Then I'm like, can this get worse? And then like an hour later, my video editor quit. Then I'm like, what is going on today? So I'm like all chilling. It's funny because my one of the girls that work for me, she's like, are you not sad? I'm like, why would I be? Things can go way worse. Like, I'm like, all chill. And then she's like, do you care? I'm like, I do care. I just don't get down on myself for things that I can't control. So like, this is the mindset you gotta have when you have a business. Otherwise, you're gonna be crying every day. If you wanna get upset every single day, there's gonna be something that's gonna go, especially when you get bigger and bigger and bigger, more problems. I used to say, when you start a business, you have $1,000 problem. Then you have $10,000 problem. Then your problems become $100,000 problem.
Yeah.
So it just gets bigger. It doesn't get smaller.
No, it definitely does not. I love that. I think that's so, so, so important is the more money you make, the more problems you're going to have.
100%. Yes.
And the more risky it is, because who cares if you lose $20? Like if you're doing $50 and your account gets shut down and it's $50, I mean, who cares? Like it's maybe when you have $50,000 on the line, it's like that creates stress and pressure. So I love that you're able to battle that. So I have a question. If I were to start drop shipping, what would you say? Like what type of products would I test? Like where would I even find them? You say look at like other people's stuff, but like, do you look at kind of like what you would want to use, or do you ask your friends what they need, or do you just spend hours online on like AliExpress, or I don't know, is that where you get most of your products from?
That's where I find them, but I work with a like supplier directly. But how you could find them is actually really easy. Go on your Facebook. Like you probably, if you're scrolling down on your feed, you probably have seen some dropshipping products before. If you click on them, now Facebook thinks that you like dropshipping products, and then you're gonna get targeted literally every single day.
Oh.
Right? So now you have your competition that is trying to sell those products. Now what you can do, you know what I'm saying?
Girlfriend, I'm gonna go do this.
Yes, that's the best way to
I spent all day today just like scrolling, clicking on shit that I don't even want.
Great. Eyelash extension, click.
Yeah.
Great.
That's so awesome. So then you just look for stuff and you, I guess you got to be intuitive with what products will sell. Cause I think the biggest thing is finding the right products and then creating the best ads is kind of what is the formula to your success, and then how you manage those ads.
Honestly, in the beginning, you won't know, just like any other business. You don't know. Like I always say, once you find your first product, you graduated from being a beginner, now you're an idiot. So now your eyes are familiar with what we would sell, right? So the first product, I get it, most people don't know. So I kind of have 3 rules. I'm like, ask yourself this question. does this product is this product solving a problem? If it's not, then does it have a passionate audience? So like, for example, I think you mentioned your friend sells jewelry lashes, right? So,
Yeah.
So for example, you could kind of see if that product, for example, that's for makeup, right? So
Yeah.
it's such a passionate audience. Or like, for example, jewelry is such a passionate audience. But and then the third question is if this product does this product have the potential to go viral? So like for example, fidget spinners. Remember fidget spinners? Like the people were drop shipping those in the beginning of like, I don't know, 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like something that could go viral. So problem solving, passionate, and it has the potential to go viral.
And so fidget spinners became popular from drop shipping?
It was a dropshipping product, I believe. Yeah, like it was.
Wow.
It was someone dropshipping, and I, if I remember, yeah.
The person's just like laughing on a yacht right now.
So funny. Or like there are these like that people. That's like the first. You remember those? Like,
me and you are gonna buy a hot pink yacht one day. We're gonna go sailing.
We gotta do it. Oh, rent just to try it out.
Yeah. We would cause so much trouble.
I know.
Like, watch out. We would just literally like laugh our butts off and just have like the best time ever.
Arrested. I'll bail you out.
Yeah,
Don't get arrested. Then you can't come back to America. Okay? I go to jail. You get deported.
Yeah, PG-18 and we're not going to jail and we're good, girl. Oh, that's awesome.
That's funny.
So we would go online, try and find the right products, test them out, and then building the right team. Like, how have you been able to build the team? Like, what's that formula?
Well, I mean, after a while that you have a lot of people, you're getting a lot of things that you clearly can't be sitting down, like answering 100 emails every day, right? Because you get a lot of emails, you need customer service, person, you need a video editor. I mean, I'm not a tech person. I don't know. I mean, I made my own videos, but like in the beginning, but I'm not a person that like know exactly how to make videos, right? So I hired someone. And then the cool thing about this is you literally go on Upwork.com and then you find someone that does the exact same thing that you want for like $5 an hour. So for example, my email person, I know she's great. She types better than me. I literally answer emails. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then she's like, oh, dear this, dear that. I'm like, dang, I should like literally not email. I just get her to email.
Just organize my entire life for $2 an hour.
Seriously. I'm not even joking. I'm like, I'm just going to outsource myself for like, she has better English than I do. And she's from Philippines and she charges like $4 an hour. I love you, Caitlin. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Shout out.
Okay,
that's awesome.
It's great.
I built a team. I tell my listeners absolutely everything. I built a really, really awesome team off Fiverr. You think Upwork, eh?
It's the same thing though. Like, it's not much of a difference, I think.
I feel like Upwork is if I'm thinking of the same website, I think Upwork is way more expensive.
You can find the right. So the thing is, I think on Fiverr, are people from US on Fiverr too?
No, there are lots from India.
So Upwork is both. You could pick if you want people in the US or outside of the US.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. And I heard Odesk. I haven't experimented with Odesk. Have you?
No, but I've heard of it. But I haven't experienced that. I do everything on Upwork. So
what are the main ones? Upwork, Fiverr, Odesk.
Yeah, I think there was another one too. I don't remember.
There's a couple of them. I'm experimenting with different ones. And so how do you train your team? Like, how do you get them to take you seriously, or how do you screen them? How do you build a virtual team? Because is your team virtual, I presume?
Right, pretty much. So I use a platform called Zendesk. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's kind of like for VAs, kind of managing your VAs.
What is it, Trello?
Oh,
that's a good one.
Like a planner thingy. You could use that too. This is a little different. It's kind of like it connects everything. Like I could.
Interesting.
So for example, like let's say for example on Zendesk, one thing I like about it, for example, let's say if you have a Facebook page that you're advertising from, right, and then you get messages there, you get messages on your email, then people also message like randomly on PayPal, like they can connect all. People do that, like have you ever got that? Like people message like open a claim on PayPal, and I'm like, why didn't you just email me? And then they have a question. People do that all the time. I'm like, I don't know what people, but whatever. And then, so you can connect all of them in one place to go to in one inbox. So like that person that is managing it, so I can see everything at the same time instead of going to like this place. So all the messages for one product, for example, goes in there. So even if you have the service, you can do the same thing with your service or whatever that is. And then, so like, I hire people that already have experiences now. So I don't hire people with no experiences.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
So like, and then people, like I said, like I literally type in like drop shipping, like for example, customer service. And then these people have like, she's been doing this more like longer than I started drop shipping.
How much do you pay her an hour?
Like $4 an hour.
No.
Okay.
Girlfriends.
Yes.
We need to share our overseas staff.
Yes.
My staff are so good. Like
Yes.
my flyers and like everything I get done for super affordably. It's taken me a long time to find the right person though. I think that's the biggest thing is like when I've been hiring my team overseas, again, like $4-6 an hour, you have to train them. You have to, in the beginning, tell them how serious you are. And then you need to know that you're going to go through 5 people to find one good one. That's the problem. I feel like that's why people don't want to hire teams overseas is because they find one person that doesn't know English for $5 an hour. And you're like, oh, no. I'm going to stick to paying 4 times as much just in locally. But it's like, no, you got to go through more people, but you just need to screen them better. And you like, honestly, you need to make them jump through hoops and you need to constantly tell them, like, this is the secret that I've used is I tell them like, and this is what works for me is I'm like, if you continue to do a good job, I will continue to hire you. If you know what I mean? Like sometimes like some of them always want to jump on the phone with me and I'm like, no, like I hire you to make my life simpler. I hire you to get back my time, not to take my time.
I hire you so I don't have to jump on the phone.
Yes. Like I hire you to make my life easier, not to overcomplicate it. So I tell them, I'm like, look, if you keep on wanting to get me on the phone, it's going to discourage me from wanting to work with you. So please make sure only call me if it's an emergency. And I'm very kind to them and I always give them like tips and stuff and I treat them with a lot of respect. I think that's so important in life is to treat everyone with respect. But at the same time, when you are dealing with virtual assistants with people that, you know what I mean, maybe don't have as much training as somebody in the North American culture, it's like you just do need to be very, very, very thorough with them. Is that kind of what you find as well?
Well, I mean, I feel like in the beginning I did, like, I was like, why is this not working? Why is this person doesn't know what he's doing?
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed, like, that's another thing I like about Upwork. You could pick how much experience you want from that person. So for example,
really?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I think it's great. Like, I always tell people, don't put beginner, like put someone intermediate or advanced. I know like sometimes you actually have to pay more or not always. Sometimes it's just going to be the same price as like $4 or $5. Maybe it goes, and when I say higher, I mean like $8 an hour. Okay. That would be like someone that you could hire for like advanced.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do. And also another thing that I do now for customer service, like I would ask them to send me like 10 screenshots of like emails or like the problem that they solve. Or like, so I want to look at everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So like these people, like for example, my dropshipping customer service, they've been doing emails for like years, right? So they know better than me how to answer emails. So like she even says things, wow. I'm like, what is that? You know? So like,
you're like, you go team, go.
I mean,
did I hire you? Hashtag winning.
I mean, my goal is to hire someone to actually learn something from too, you know?
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to look at all, not just hire them just because. You want to like look at what their experiences are, what they've done in the past. Get example, like even when I hire like video editors, I'm like, can you send me like 10 videos? I just want to look at them, right?
Yeah, me too. I always ask for past work.
Yeah, so that's like I think the best thing you can do to minimize the time of like hiring the wrong person.
Awesome. I'm going to go look at Upwork. I haven't used Upwork before and you're like, I'm so going to be on this. When I find something I like, I just spend so much time on it. So what do I do? I'm actually on the website right now and I feel like my audience would love to build a virtual team too. So do you go to post a job?
Yes. So you go post a job, you pick exactly, it's going to ask you everything, right? So what kind of level do you want? How much are you willing to pay? Everything. And then at the end of the job, is going to ask you, you could also invite people. So I kind of block US just because it's more expensive. So it shows me, I sometimes even use, I mean, a lot of people are from Philippines and India. So I sometimes just